In this video, I'm going to be answering a common question that I get asked a lot, and that's what type of content is best for LinkedIn marketing. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn marketing content, there's not a specific content that's going to work best for everyone. It really comes down to your business, your target audience, and your goals and objectives. So let's go ahead and start with content objectives. The first thing you want to do is try to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Are you trying to drive brand awareness? Are you trying to drive more traffic to your website? Are you trying to capture more leads? Once you define that, then you can start to create a content strategy that's centered around those goals. Maybe it's a mixture of all three. Maybe you want to do 33% to each objective. Maybe you want to do 20% to one objective and 50% to the other, and so forth. But the point is, you want to define what those objectives are and prioritize your content strategy around key objectives that you're looking to try to accomplish. So the next thing you want to do is try to define key performance indicators to back up those objectives and kind of drive more results around those. So one example would be, if you want to drive 30% more traffic to your website, you could post 30% more content on LinkedIn, increase click-through rates by 30% on your posts by just optimizing headlines and CTAs and things like that. Or you may want to drive more impressions and clicks on your post to kind of help increase that metric and try to get to your goal of driving 30% more website traffic from LinkedIn. Once you establish those KPIs, then you can start to map the buyer's journey. So you can really start to define who your target audience is. Now, the best way that I've found to do this is through tools like Google Search and Answer the Public. Answer the Public is a free software. It's a web app, actually. You can just search for Answer the Public on Google, pull up the website, type in the keyword. So, for example, if I'm trying to sell ERP software, for example, and I wanted to create more content that's going to help people that are looking for the best ERP software for them, you type in ERP software, and it's going to come up with a list of common questions and statements and phrases that people type into Google to try to find answers to their questions. So there's tons of ideas here that can fill your content calendar. And you can do the same thing with Google Search. Just type in ERP software, and it's going to make a whole bunch of suggestions. You can click on these and find specific blog posts that are related to that. And here's a real pro tip for you. I recommend starting with blog post content primarily and repurposing that into LinkedIn content. That's going to fill a good bit of your content calendar, drive more traffic to your website, help you drive more awareness. It basically kind of checks all of those boxes except for the kind of the lead gen thing, which it can actually help you generate more leads as well. It's going to help you drive more traffic from Google Search in addition to, LinkedIn as well. So repurposing that content, you can help people consume it in multiple different ways. So you can take a blog post, repurpose it into a video, an infographic, a slideshow, a bunch of different formats that you can repost on LinkedIn and still drive traffic back to the original post. Plus, it has a lot of other SEO value as well. So in addition to mapping the buyer's journey, I really recommend defining buyer personas. Like, who is your ideal customer? What do they look like? What is their job title? What are their challenges? What are their goals and objectives? What kind of content do they like to consume? Where do they hang out online? What kind of influencers they follow? That will help you understand what type of content is going to work best for them. So it kind of help bridge the gap between just topics you're finding on Google and Answer the Public to mapping that to specific pain points that your target audience has, and what the kind of content's going to really solve those problems for them. So then you can use that to create content pillars. So there may be common themes or common topics that seem to be the most common concerns that those people have, and you can create kind of prioritize your content strategy based on those content pillars. And then once you have all of your content topics, like a bulk list of content topics, you can start organizing those and putting those into a content calendar. Now, here's an example of what a content calendar can look like. We actually at Entellus use this for ourselves, and we use it for our clients to kind of manage their content. You can look at this in various different views. You can look at it in calendar view. I like the list format. It has approval stages, so we can go through the editorial process and make sure that the content is high quality and doesn't have any errors in it. We can also leave comments on different parts of the graphics, so we can make changes internally before it gets posted. We can differentiate between whether it's on the personal page or a company page, different types of formats and things like that. So you organize all your topics in a content calendar right here, and it makes it super easy for you to produce the content. So the next stage, in addition to adding the topic and indicating type of content it's going to be, what page it's going to be, when it's going to be posted, you start filling in the blanks basically with writing the content, creating the graphics, and other assets. So from there, you can create content in multiple formats. Just to start, I recommend doing text and image, carousels, videos, articles, sharing links to your blog, sharing links to your inner pages of your website, like the most important pages, like your pages on your to your products and services, links to case studies, other things like that. And then you can start to gather data. So we use a platform called Shield Analytics to gather data and understand and start to optimize that. So at first you might create a healthy mixture of all different types of content, text, image, video, etc. But then you can use this platform to connect to your LinkedIn account and automatically start collecting data, and you can filter down to different types of formats to find out which types of content perform the best in terms of engagement, reach, things like that. And then you can filter by days of the week, you can filter by keywords, and then this is the thing I like the most. If you look at the content report, you can actually see a list view of all the different posts you've done. This is my favorite way to create content that is proven to perform really well on LinkedIn. And the best way to do that is click on this eyeball icon, and it's going to show you the highest performing post first, and then it'll go down the list from there. And I can see which post, based on the date range that I've defined up top, has performed the best during that time period. And then I can create more content like that. Or I could even just repurpose the post altogether. I can actually just copy and paste the text. Or maybe the video, I could repurpose the video and write something different about that and use that to drive a different objective, like maybe a call to action or something. So you can repurpose the content in multiple ways and know that it's going to perform really well based on actual data. So I hope you got a ton of value out of this post, out of this video. If you enjoyed it, you can find the link to the blog post down below. I linked that in the description. Also, be sure to like and subscribe.